The movie Matrix is this program. Story of Neo, who wakes up from the illusion, can see fiction, and goes after the machine. The machine wants to kill the humans because the human condition of thinking is flawed. But what kills both humans and machines? Viruses do. The machine can't fight the virus because the virus can multiply itself exponentially and get inside the workings of the machine. The virus can multiply itself and then go and kill humans in their dream state because the illusion of a negativity virus exists as a danger. So Neo, as the fact, 3 + 3 = 6, says to the machine, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Susan Art of War. And the machine says, I have no remedy for Smith. So Neo says, well, I have a solution. If you promise not to hurt the humans in Zion, I will go ahead and take care of Smith. The machine says, all right, we got a contract. If you destroy Smith, then I'll leave you live. I'll call off all my drones, and anybody that wants to go free can go free. Henceforth, the architect. Now that little scene of the architect and Neo's ability to communicate with the architect, saying, we've been here 6 times before. And Neo says, choice. It's all about choice. Remember about who God is and what the devil is, what good and evil is, what choice is? Making decisions in life. Understanding the fact in the fiction. So Neo says, well, I understand the fact. When I can see the fact, and I know that in a dream I can do anything. I can be Superman in the dream. Says, okay, I can go out there and play the Superman routine. I can fight Smith. I can fight the machines. And I can win all the time. So finally it comes down to the confrontation where he makes a contract with the machine, and then the next thing, bang, he's right back in the Matrix with Smith. But Smith says, we've been here before. And Neo says, yeah, that's right. He says, if you know, and he says, I brought a few friends with me, which is the infinity of fiction. 3 + 3 = 6. How many ways can you do it wrong? 3 + 3 = 7. 3 + 3 = 8, = 9, 10. Infinity. So the power of negativity in infinity can be wrong indefinitely, which is what our world's been for 8,500 years, and I'm Neo. And I says, no, king's got new clothes, 3 + 3 = 6. And the world says, you must be mad. You must be crazy if you're going to use correctness, a mathematical certification, to identify our illusion and disqualify the entire 8 billion population of this planet and wake them up. You must be crazy to do that. You realize the damage this is going to cause? I'm going, 3 + 3 still = 6. You can't live a lie forever. And this planet is humans are relatively young on this planet in their ability to reason things out. So Neo says to Smith, hey, we got work to do here. Let's get to it. So they'd have the big battle scene. And Smith, which is the fiction representing all the things that aren't supposed to be, against Neo, who just represents 3 + 3 = 6, which is correct. And bang, 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 bang. And he fights and fights and fights. And finally, Neo says, all right, you win. You defeated me. And Smith says, well, even if you did defeat me, you'd have to fight number 2 just as hard as number 1. And we have an infinity amount of fights for you to do to prove that 3 + 3 = 6. So Smith goes, wait a minute. I've seen this before. This is wrong. But I fought so hard to get this. And now we go back to Smith, the mortgage contract. Sometimes you have to learn through stories. We have a mortgage contract here, which is Smith, and I represent Neo. And the mortgage of fiction says, I'm going to conquer you. What does Smith do? He absorbs, he touches Neo, and he turns him into Smith. He says, there, I've conquered you. 3 + 3 = 7. But 7 - 3 = 4. And 4 doesn't equal 3, so therefore, wrong. Boom. Smith number 1 blows up. Smith number 2 jumps in. I got a better answer. 3 + 3 = 8. But 8 - 3 = 5, and 5 and 3 don't add up. Boom, number 2. And at the speed of thought, the billions of Smiths that existed, infinity of wrong is destroyed. And like Sherlock Holmes says, when you remove all the things that can't be, what is left? The facts. And 3 = 3. So therefore, Smith is destroyed in a microsecond of thought, and what is left are the facts. And when I syntax this, when you remove all the things that can't be, what is left are the facts, a blank sheet of paper.